Wissahickon Charter School is a 9-year-old charter school that integrates environmental education, activism, and eco-literacy across their curriculum. It includes hands-on activities and collaborative teaching and learning, seeking to provide a community of learning with an environmental focus that stimulates the child's intellectual, social, and character development. The school embraces risk by defining the boundaries of the classroom and textbook learning to include student-centered, action research, and sustained interaction with the resources in the surrounding communities. Their main goal is to teach students about the environment and sustainability. They approach this by blending academic skills and content with broader social questions and themes about the ways humans interact locally and globally. The demographics are 95% African American, 4% white, and 1% Hispanic. 80% of the students are eligible for free or reduced price lunch programs.
The types of activities they do in Wissahickon are considered risky in mainstream public education. They go on several field trips, including overnight camping trips, working on farms, and hiking trips. John Dewey was adamant about community and education, and Wissahickon exemplifies that with morning meetings, where the class meets to discuss their day, how they feel, and what their fears are. This brings the class together and creates a strong community. They also include Talk It Out, which is a program taught that gives students a framework for working through conflict. One major project the students are going on now is building their own cities. It is a thematic project where they have to draw on and make connections among the content knowledge of math, economics, science, technology, public policy, history, reading, writing, and design, which while keeping in mind larger questions about social and environmental justice, cultural diversity, and globalism. The project stimulates the child's intellectual and social environment. This project focuses on the environment and sustainability. Other projects include creating gardens and building playgrounds and planting trees. Every risky activity students do encourages them to fight for a better world environment while also challenging them academically. These activities also encapsulate every learning style students have. We interviewed some students around campus, and this is what they said about activities in their school and their learning styles.
What kind of activities did you guys do in high school?
Volleyball and softball.
And did that help you with like academics?
Yeah, I guess. Like, what do you mean?
Like, are you talking about like sports or like activities we did in the classroom?
Yeah, classroom activities.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah, I was in high school like 4 years ago, so I can't exactly remember all of them. But we did a lot of like reading stuff, like the popcorn reading and stuff like that. Like a lot of it, all throughout high school. But it was kind of helpful, I guess. I mean, with my reading strategies, I guess.
Cool. Were there any field trips that you guys remember as being really good and helped you learn?
Oh, that's cool.
We went to the Holocaust Museum, but we weren't there for long. We were there for like a total of a half an hour, so it wasn't very productive of a trip. Like, a lot more could have been done with it.
Was your school environmentally involved?
Oh yeah. Very.
We had like recycling Fridays and stuff.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever have like group check-ins in high school or classrooms, or before class you check in about how you were feeling that day or what you were afraid of?
Nope.
Do you think that would have helped you learn better
Maybe.
and stay focused?
How would it help?
Do you know what learning style you are?
No.
Do you know what learning styles are? Are you a visual or kinesthetic learner?
Probably visual.
Me too. And like I have to have a textbook in front of me, like in my head.
That's linguistic.
Oh, that too.
Do you think any of your teachers ever catered to different learning styles?
They attempted to.
Did they not succeed though?
Not all the time.
So what kind of in-school curriculum activities did you do in high school?
I did theater and King Street Alliance
And did they help you with academics?
not even a little bit.
Okay.
All they did was stress me out.
Like in the classroom, did your teachers ever give you any activities or exercises that were really helpful?
Probably, but not any that I can remember off the top of my head. Sorry, but I'm useless.
Were there any like environmental field trips that you went on that you really enjoyed?
Not really in high school, no, unfortunately. Not that I can think of. Most of the field trips were like in middle school.
Okay, well, elaborate.
Okay. I might have gone to like the Holocaust Museum once. That was boss. I could have made that up. I don't know.
Was your school environmentally friendly?
Just like kids.
Did they like really involve
I think
kids?
I think they tried to use them. Yeah, like it wasn't like let's be proactive and save the earth. Oh yeah, it was more just like here's a recycling bin. Freaking use it.
Do you know what your learning style is?
Out of like visual or I'm definitely a visual and kinetic learner.
And do you think teachers consider that and try to adapt to everybody?
I think some did, definitely. I don't think it was like everyone did or everyone didn't. It was that's how people are. It just depends.
Do you think social collaboration within school, like just being really social, is important to learning?
Absolutely, because if you do not have a support group of like friends, you're not going to succeed at all.
And do you agree that standardized testing inhibits risk in education?
I think that standardized testing is really useful for a basis of where everyone is at. I do not think it should be used for like I think it can inhibit that, but I think that they still need to exist purely because we need to have one standard that everyone needs to be measured at, but at the same time it shouldn't be used to determine how intelligent you are. Cool.
Do you know what learning style you are?
What kind of learning style? What do you mean?
Are you visual, kinesthetic, linguistic?
I would say visual.
Visual? Do you think your teachers try to adapt to that
Something.
sometimes?
Not all the time.
No. But it would help you learn better, you think, if they would? Okay. Did you ever have group check-ins before class where the teachers and you as a group kind of say how you're feeling that day or if you're scared of something?
In one of my classes.
How did that help you?
It was pretty good. I mean, class was basically about group project and stuff, so pretty helpful for the presentation or writing papers.
Did you learn a lot in that class?
Yes. It was the business school class. Business school.
Oh, cool. Do you think because of those check-ins it helped you?
Yes, I mean it helped me even for the other classes. It taught me how to work in a group.
Was your school environmentally involved as far as field trips and recycling?
My high school?
Whatever school, middle school too.
You said it's 7 people, I'm sorry.
Was your school environmentally involved? So did you ever go to any field trips where you planted trees or anything?
Normally, what's that, Arbor Day? We would plant trees. Isn't it like Arbor Day? They plant trees. I think that's what that is. Arbor Day we planted a couple of trees, but field trips we went to, it was more like historical field trips, so it wasn't really environmental.
Okay. Did you ever have group check-ins before class where the teacher and the students would get a day or what they're afraid of?
No.
Never? Do you think that would help creating a better class environment?
Probably get the class more comfortable with each other and get to know each other.
Okay. Do you know what learning style you are?
No.
Are you a visual learner, movement, kinesthetic?
More of a visual learner.
Visual? Do you think teachers try to cater to different learning styles?
Yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And that's helpful for learning?
Mm-hmm. because they try to do like different, because they know all children are different, learn differently. Since as an elementary education major, I feel that each child, like I said, has a different way of learning, so they have to connect differently with each child.
Okay. Were there any memorable group projects you did?
Not that I can remember.
Okay, that's good. Thanks.
Do you think community service helps you with academics at all? There's a connection?
On some level, yes. It helps you get experience with interacting with other people and different types of people.
Okay. Do you know what learning style you are? If you're a visual or kinesthetic learner?
I'd say that I'm more visual.
Visual? Okay. Do you think teachers try to cater to different learning styles?
Some type of teachers, but not all as they should be.
Okay. Do you think social collaboration in schools is important? Like group projects?
Oh yes, definitely. Team, like it helps build teamwork skills and organization skills and all that good stuff.
Was your school environmentally involved?
Yes, we did have a few. We did have a recycling club, and an environmental club, and a few students for a senior project. They planted trees and planted trees all around the school.
Awesome. And my last question is, did you ever have group check-ins before class where you would assess how you're feeling that day, or if you have any fears for this day and how that helped you?
For like any class?
Any class.
No, not for any classes I've been in.
Do you think that would help learning?
It would help, but I actually, to be honest, I don't see it happening anytime soon because it's not something it's just not something I feel like teachers would want to do. I'm not sure.
And what is your opinion on standardized testing?
It's needed, but it shouldn't be as pressured as they do because teachers do
Thank you.
Ever go on any field trips where you did anything environmental, like planting trees?
Well, in high school, we didn't go on like a field trip, but my environmental science class, we like went outside of our like property of the high school and we planted trees. I think we planted like close to 60 trees, and we did like a 3-day project for my science class.
How do you think that helped you with learning or just school in general?
Well, I mean, it was like a really rewarding experience because the person that helped us plant the trees, she also got us involved in other community activities. So that was really beneficial, and then also like I learned how to plant a tree, which is always cool.
Do you think community activities are important for learning?
Oh yeah, like definitely. I think that the community should be engaged with the education system. Like there should be a connect there.
Did you have any classes where you would hold group check-ins before class about how you were feeling that day or what your fears were for the day?
I remember in one of my English classes in high school, we did Rose and a Thorn, which is kind of like highs and a low for the day, and like we like had to write it out on a paragraph, and then before class we would all read our highs and lows.
How did that help you with learning or just the school environment?
I think that it helped the class come together more as a community. Like we all got closer because of the highs and lows. We learned about each other, like stuff like that.
Do you know what your learning style is?
I'm a visual learner.
Do you think teachers cater to learning styles?
Not all the time. I mean, I think like it's a case-by-case basis. Like I definitely feel like aides, like student aides, like they cater more to child needs, but obviously like teachers have so many students they can't really all the time.
A big part of Wissahickon's curriculum is teaching the students to become environmentally sound. The school achieves this by active engagement to keep the environment clean. The school also assigns each grade level a specific environmental topic to study throughout the course of the year. Each grade level also completes one major service learning project focused on one of the environmental issues that they have been studying. The school's outdoor program introduces the students to the natural world in kindergarten. Kindergartners start with weekly hiking trips, then as they get a little older, they do monthly hiking trips. By the time the students are in 5th and 6th grade, they go on overnight camping trips. In 7th grade, the students go on a backpacking trip, and in 8th grade, the students go on a week-long expedition. The school teaches reading and writing, mathematics, and science from kindergarten to 8th grade. In 7th and 8th grade, students have a chance to select their own electives that they wish to take. The school also teaches special classes that the students have once to twice a week. These classes include physical education, art, and library.
Ginsburg believes that risk is perpetuated by our current policies, media, and assumptions about people. It is leading those with more power to save children from their culture, voices, and communities, avoiding issues related to multiculturalism and diversity. She believes that we can reduce risk by sorting students according to their perceived level of risk. The Wissahickon Charter School redefines the notion of risk in the classroom by expanding the boundaries of the classroom and textbook learning to include action research centered around the students and the interaction with resources in the local community. Examples of this include a daily engagement at the school's working garden, a healthy lunch program, and an adjoining national park. The Wissahickon Charter School seeks to create a content for learning that stresses environmental awareness, community service, global communication, and human connections in seeing and learning.
Each grade has different themes and topics that they cover during the school year, and kindergarten covers ourselves and our communities, in which they basically learn about individual experiences. First grade covers the neighborhoods, where they learn about trash and where it goes, and different projects around their neighborhood. Second grade also covers neighborhoods in like a wider view, where they learn about food and where other things come from and how different neighborhoods around the globe. Third grade covers cities, where they learn economics, civics, and government and geography. Fourth grade does states, where they do the prehistory of Pennsylvania, Native Americans, and the colonial history. Fifth grade does the country, where they study the federal government with a focus on situations of minorities. Sixth grade does ancient civilization, where they cover ancient Egypt and Greece and other museums. Seventh and eighth grade, they do the global studies, where they learn about Latin American history, East and Southeast Asia, the Middle East, current events, and the United Nations.
Every risky activity students do encourages them to fight for a better world environment, while also challenging them academically. These activities also encapsulate.
Yeah, not stare at me, because this is...
Should I have one of those things?
A big part of Wissahickons' curriculum is teaching the students to become environmentally sound. The school achieves this by active engagement to keep the environment clean. I already thought that.
She's being racist. No, she's
I'm not being racist.
Yeah, she's like the black girl, so.
She is black! She's black! Like,
I tried explaining to her how we have multiple people here.
who else is black? Ooh, do you know someone who works in Indiana? See?
I don't know how I feel about this.
Okay, Amanda.
Oh, apparently she is. Stand
over there.
Got the bloopers.
Against the wall.